It's Week 16 of the National Football League. Up next, we'll see Russell Wilson. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Broncos and the Texans. All that and more coming up next.
season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The numbers for Williams a week ago, 19 carries, 72 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping it for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11.
Wilson. He'll drop this down to Williams.
It'll be a gain of 5. And now third down and 6 to go. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. Now it's Wilson.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
It's now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's third and long. From the gun, it's Wilson.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton.
And he's got it inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
There's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. On second and goal, Wilson. And he'll just get rid of it.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
On third and goal, Wilson. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Blended in coverage by Houston. Makes it fourth down. Also a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And able to get this out to the 25.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive.
They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-to-1 as opposed to the 2-to-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. Throwing, Jones. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. To throw again on second down. Jones got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from me a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
The Texans hit 10-4 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now Jones.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now Jones.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Broncos will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From just shy of midfield, Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Here's Wilson. It's Williams on the catch.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Now it's Wilson.
Got his man, it's Dulcich. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will have the Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. They'll go jet sweep here with Sutton. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Wilson throw brought in by Sutton. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will make it 6-0. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Mac Jones going to lead his offense back out. And he's been off target here early on. 2 drives, 2 interceptions. They'll look to snap that streak here as they start 1st and 10. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Collins. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Here's Jones on 3rd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos. At their own 27. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 6-0 our score after 1. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Wilson. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd and 9, Jones firing quickly, but it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Collins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Jones throwing on first down. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his third interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Jones, another shot here after the pick six. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. Open man is lost, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Operating from the gun. Jones. Looking for Ross again. He finds him again. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Pierce takes it straight ahead, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. First down, they go right back to Pierce. Touchdown, Houston! Dameon Pierce, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans are back within a score. Well, they did a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, boy? He can undo a lot of good work that the defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Now Wilson on first down. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends of what we've seen so far.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Back to throw. Wilson. And the pressure gets to him again. Montez Sweat providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks. And now they're staring at a 4th and long.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Texans will take over. And now out comes Houston. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Jones throw complete there to Beckham. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 27, Jones. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Turpin. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pierce now up the middle. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Dameon Pierce, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Texans have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Butker on for the PAT. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Washington now brings this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Broncos are about set to go on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw is Wilson. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. This offense so far on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't it?
He has definitely been dependable. And really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. That's taken in by Dulcich. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. Throwing is Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. And the Texans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Houston set to take over. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Jones. The throw out to Ross. He's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Texan first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Throwing Jones. That's caught inside the 20.
Personal foul. Roughing the tackle. Defense.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. 2nd down and goal. Jones. And throw right side complete to Parker. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Washington now brings this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Patrick. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
We'll begin in the AFC. Baltimore paying a visit to Nashville to take on Tennessee. And it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. Lamar Jackson has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Daniel Jones, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they trail the visiting Eagles at halftime. Miles Sanders, a touchdown run in that first half. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Broncos. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The offense and QB Mac Jones running back out. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
56 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And Pierce gets it again on second down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They go again with Pierce. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Now a handoff for Pierce. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And, boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a first down. In lieu of the sneak on fourth. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. It's caught by OBJ. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 37. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Jones. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Give to Pierce. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Pierce. Touchdown, Houston. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Washington now brings this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because they don't get some kind of points here. That next drive, that can make this a 3-possession game.
Well, that's Garrett Bowles, the former first-round pick, the guilty party. From the shotgun, Wilson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Here's Wilson to throw. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This will be caught. Judy. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On 1st down, Wilson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson. And
incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Dameon Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones on a slant. Here's Collins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw here taken in by Parker. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And we're pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
And he'll go down at the 28. Another carry for Pierce. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Washington now brings this out. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Well, the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. On 3rd down, Wilson. And incomplete on a deep ball.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completion. expectations to him in this game.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on him, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. On second and very short, Jones. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he gets it down to the 48. Enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far. And you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Jones now on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Broncos are going to take over here up near the 40. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now during this point.
After the interception, here's Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. From the 24, Wilson. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point safely through. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run from Jerry Jeudy. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. And this one too low. 3rd quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is Pierce. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. Back now in Houston as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Wilson. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
The design that we're seeing right there, this is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now Wilson. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Finding Williams on the check down. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he'll be brought down at the 27. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And a throw. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this Texans defense stands tall. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. From just shy of midfield, Jones over the middle. He gets it to Collins. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 40. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now Jones. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And this one is incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll run it here with Pierce. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Throwing Jones. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Over the middle, it's complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones, the pass finds Mechie in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Texans are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive, because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
The Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. From just shy of midfield, Wilson. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To throw again is Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds, right around the 7. They go play action with Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This will be play number 9 of the drive. Here's 84 yards on 3rd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. That time, a 9-play drive.
And it's capped off by the touchdown run from Jerry Jeudy. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Going for it with Pierce.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So Russell Wilson in the offense. Down by 7. 1:47 on the clock. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson.
Over the middle, complete to Jeudy.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now Wilson finding Sutton. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Wilson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing now is Wilson.
That's caught left side by Jeudy. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Holding offense.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line.
This one swung out to Williams.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line.
This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for Houston, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Denver,
This loss really hurts their playoff chances as they